now find
In the news, South Africa, President Cyril Ramaphosa remembers Mozambique's first president, Samora, vows to go after Islamic insurgents wreaking havoc. Development Finance Institutions Vice President Yemio Shibajo expresses concern over plan to defund gas projects. Newcastle sacked manager Steve Bruce after 3-2 loss to Tottenham. Details coming up shortly. This is TOS Television, your digital first Pan-African news network. I am Rose Audu and this is TOS News 360. President Cyril Ramaphosa of South Africa, while commemorating the 35th anniversary of the death of Mozambique's first president, Samora Machel, vowed to stop the Islamic extremists who he said have been wreaking havoc in the north of the country. Ramaphosa and Mozambican President Filipe Nyusi led a memorial event at the site of the plane crash that killed Michael while flying home from a conference in Zambia. On October 19, 1986, a Tupolev airplane carrying Michael crashed into mountains in South Africa near the border with Mozambique, killing 35 people. Ramaphosa paid tribute to Michael for his contribution to the fight against colonial and apartheid rule in Southern Africa, urging the region to continue with the struggle for freedom. The family of prominent South Sudanese artist and Derek Uya Alfred said the cultural icon has died at the age of 58. The said he died in Sudan's capital Khartoum on Tuesday evening after a short illness. He has been hailed as a cultural treasure, a source of inspiration for many, and a legend of African art and culture. Arrangements are on the way to transport his body to his hometown of Vows in western Baol-Ghazal state for burial. Ethiopia launched a new airstrikes in Tigrayan capital Mekele on Wednesday, making it the second bombardment this week against the Tigray People's Liberation Front target in the city. The raids mark a sharp escalation in the near-year-long conflict in northern Ethiopia, pitting government forces and their allies against the TPLF, Tigray's once dominant ruling party. A government spokesman confirmed the latest strike. It was not immediately known if there were any casualties from the strike, which was reported by the TPLF, as well as humanitarian and diplomatic sources and a local resident. And now moving on to development across Nigeria, there are strong indications that the All Progressives Congress may adopt consensus arrangement to pick its presidential candidate in 2023. Some chieftains of the APC told journalists that stalwarts of the party had started reaching out to members nursing presidential ambition on the need to close ranks. According to them, the party fears that a crowded presidential primary may breed bad blood and threaten the chances of the party in 2023. It was gathered that the APC national leader Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the Vice President of Nigeria, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, would soon meet as part of the arrangement. And small demonstrations have been held in cities across Nigeria to mark 1 year since the security forces violently suppressed mass protests against police brutality. At least 6 people were arrested during the demonstration in the commercial capital of Lagos. Last year's rallies, the largest in Nigeria's recent history, began by calling for the disbanding of the Special Anti-Robbery Squad, but that escalated into protests over bad governance. They ended when security forces shot at thousands of peaceful protesters in the Lagos suburb of Lekki. The notorious police squad was later disbanded, although activists say it has been reconstituted under a different name. This is your digital first Pan-African news network, TOS Television, and you're watching TOS News 360. More news on global, business, and sports stories when we return. Do stay tuned. Welcome back and thank you for staying. On the international scene, the death toll from days of flooding and landslides in India and Nepal surpassed 100 on Wednesday, including several families swept away or crushed in their homes by mud and rock avalanches. Experts say they were victims of increasingly unpredictable and extreme weather in recent years in South Asia, caused by climate change and exacerbated by deforestation, dam construction, and excessive development. Authorities have ordered the closure of schools and banned all religious and tourist activities in the state. The Kremlin has said Russia's President Vladimir Putin will not attend the COP26 climate summit in Glasgow on Wednesday. No reason was given for the decision not to attend, but the Kremlin spokesperson said climate change was an important priority for Russia. COP26 takes place in Scotland's largest city from 31st October to 12th November. Russia's decision is seen as a blow to efforts to get leaders to negotiate a new deal to stop rising global temperatures. Putin has not commented on the official announcement, but speaking at an international energy forum in Moscow on 13th of October, the Russian president cited the coronavirus pandemic as a factor in his decision to travel. A bomb attack on a military base in central Damascus has reportedly killed 14 people. 2 explosive devices attached to the vehicle blew up as it passed under Jez-Azril's bridge during the morning rush hour. Although Syria has been embroiled in civil war for a decade, such attacks in the capital are increasingly rare. Soon afterwards, army shell fire also reportedly killed at least 10 people in the opposition-held northwest. The region is the last stronghold of the rebel and jihadist groups that have been trying to overthrow President Bashar al-Assad since 2011. The war has left at least 350,000 people dead and caused half the population to flee their homes, including almost 6 million refugees abroad. And in business, Nigeria's Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, has expressed concern over development finance institutions and some countries insisting that gas projects should be defunded. He also expressed delight over the Biden administration's full return to climate change global agenda. Osinbajo spoke on Monday in Abuja when he received at the presidential villa a U.S. government delegation led by the White House Deputy National Security Advisor Jonathan Finer. Senior Special Assistant to the Vice President of Media and Publicity, Laolu Akonde, disclosed this in a statement titled, "We are happy U.S. is back on track with climate change." 4 years ago, the Trump administration had announced the U.S. withdrawal from the Paris Agreement on climate change mitigation issues. But on assumption of power earlier this year, the Biden administration announced the restoration of America's commitment to the Paris Agreement. And just before we go on sports, the new owners of Newcastle United have sacked manager Steve Bruce after their 3-2 loss to Tottenham on Sunday. Bruce's departure from the club was expected after the Saudi Arabian-backed consortium led by the Public Investment Fund completed a £305 million takeover of the club on October 7. The defeat left Newcastle in 19th position of the Premier League and without a win after their opening 8 games of the 2021-2022 campaign. Former AFC Bournemouth coach Gremil Jones will lead the team on an interim basis, starting with Saturday's trip to Crystal Palace. Newcastle said they have begun the process of recruiting a new head coach, with former Roma boss Paulo Funesca has emerged as a contender. And that is TOS News 360 on your digital-first Pan-African News Network. For more updates, visit www.tostvnetwork.com. Do follow and like our social media handles on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And remember to subscribe on YouTube. Do stay with us and enjoy more programs on TOS Television Network. I am Rose Audu, and many thanks for watching.
But we as a continent have now